You single though, right? I'm set apart. I'm not sitting around. I could wife you up for real. Bro, you could.
This is teaching for women. So I don't even know where to start with this video. My goodness. So the armor of God you do not have because you're breaking all of his commandments. I can see that in your video. You probably call yourself a Gentile as well.
Your mouth is going crazy.
You claim to believe in Jehovah, but you're the opposite of what a godly woman is supposed to be. The Bible tells us we are supposed to be. We're supposed to dress modestly, for one. You're totally not dressing modestly. You're painting your face, which is vanity. Jeremiah 4. And you're breaking his second commandment by having graven images, wearing a Tammuz cross around your neck and between your breasts, Hosea 2:2. Plead with your mother to remove the adulteries between her breasts, the image made onto the beast in Revelation 13. Isaiah 44, the workman that stretches out his ruler, marks it with a line, makes the image of a man according to the beauty of a man. Romans 1, making the uncorruptible God into an image of a corruptible man. I know you don't have the love of God in you, Yeshua says in John chapter 5. For this is the love of God to keep his commandments, 1 John chapter 5. And because you don't have the love of God in you, you don't keep his commandments, you will not accept him. You will not receive the Son who came in his Father's name. John chapter 5 verse 42, you will accept the one who comes in his own name, who has turned the grace of God into lasciviousness. Jude chapter 1 verse 4, unbridled lust, wantonness, shamelessness, that you can come before the Lord shameless in your sin because you have undeserved favor. Instead of what grace is in Titus 2, G5485, Charis, especially divine influence upon the heart that has been given to all men, teaching them to deny ungodliness, which is sin, and less of this world, so they can live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present world. Righteousness, Jehovah's righteousness. Yeshua's first and great commandment he gave you in Matthew 22, verse 37 through 40, where all the law and prophets hang on those two commandments. For what is sin? The transgression of the law. Yeshua quoted Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 5 through 25, Jehovah's righteousness. To love God with all your heart, soul, and mind is to keep the 10 commandments in your heart, teach them to your children, it will be your righteousness. And to love your neighbor as thyself is Leviticus 19, 15 through 18, to do righteous judgments, to rebuke your neighbor instead of stoning them to death, so they don't suffer sin upon them. Love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord. For he was prophesied to refresh the covenant at Horeb, what they desired, what they thirsted for, the life-giving water that you're ignorant of, that was given at the rock of Horeb in Exodus 17 when they thirsted and chided Moses, for they desired water to drink. What was prophecy that Yeshua would give to the people in Deuteronomy 18 by Moses, verse 15 through 19, the life-giving water, what they desired, the 10 commandments, what they were baptized in, under the cloud in the midst of the fire in 1 Corinthians 10, quoting Deuteronomy chapter 4 and 5, for Jehovah at the rock of Horeb. They only heard a voice, they saw no similitude, and he gave them 10 commandments. They made a covenant with him at Horeb, Deuteronomy chapter 5, not with their, Jehovah didn't make it with their fathers, but with them he gave the 10 commandments. In verse 22, he added no more. Not to be confused with the sacrificial law that was added after Horeb at Mount Sinai, the law of sin and death that you shouldn't live by, the handwriting of ordinances Moses wrote in a book in Deuteronomy 31 that was a witness against him that was nailed to this stake in Colossians 2. You got to get rid of that Jezebel in you. Jezebel in 1st and 2nd Kings painted her face and plaited her hair She caused the men to fornicate, to eat things sacrificed to idols. Jeremiah 10, Jeremiah 7, your Christmas and your Easter. Filling their vessels with abominations. For we are still supposed to eat clean. Isaiah chapter 65 and 66. Those that say, don't stand by me, I'm holier than thou. The self-righteous people that think they're so righteous, that fill their vessels with swine's flesh and abominations, or smoke in his nose that burns all day. In Isaiah 66, the Lord, when he returns with fire in the whirlwind, the 144,000, to plead with all flesh, which has not happened yet.
No.
For where in time has the Lord returned with fire to plead with all flesh with his 144,000? Those that stand behind a Jeremiah 10 Christmas tree eating swine's flesh and abominations are going to be destroyed along with the mouse, because the churches have fallen away. 2 Thessalonians 2. They've gone apostate and have accepted the one that came in his own name. And John 5 verse 43, that Yeshua warns you not to accept the many messiahs that have come after him, saying, go look in the deserts, for he was the life-giving water. He was the word, and he gave us the 10 commandments, for he could only do the will of his Father, not his own will. It was prophesied in Deuteronomy 18 that Jehovah would speak through that prophet, through his son, to give us commandments. And whoever did not listen to that prophet and what he commanded, he's going to require of the people. In Acts 3, whoever does not listen to that prophet, he's going to destroy from among the people, telling you exactly how he's going to judge you. Revelations chapter 2, verse 20. The Jezebel. He does not suffer that Jezebel, who usurps her authority over men, who says she's a prophetess and causes them to eat things sacrificed to idols. That you need to get rid of that Jezebel in you. Whoever tolerates her is going to go into the same bed of suffering. And she will suffer the loss of children, for the punishment to women is very severe with those who have that Jezebel spirit in them. They get ravished, their children are dashed to pieces, and their man falls by the sword, as is written. Deuteronomy chapter 24 warns you to remember what happened to Miriam when she usurped her authority over men. She was stricken with leprosy and cast out of the camp for 2 weeks. Jezebel in 1st and 2nd Kings, who plaited her hair and painted her face to manipulate men not to harm her, was thrown out the window and eaten by dogs. What was prophesied would happen. For she wasn't even worthy to be buried. There's nothing left of her except for her hands and her skull. You need to read Enoch chapter 8. The fallen angel Azazel taught the men how to make armor and weapons, taught the women how to make bracelets and beautifying of the eyelids, how to paint their faces. And after that, much sin occurred. Testament of Reuben chapter 2. Read the whole chapter. Those that do those things, they have a spirit of fornication in them, that Jezebel spirit. They use wiles to lure men in. And first they deceive the minds by applying their poison to their face, painting their face. So they believe that they're more beautiful than they are, using their wiles to lure